So it's day 27 today of cab isolation lockdown learning videos. Today's letter of the day is R, because R stands for rollers. We've got the rollers on the back, we're on the fence. We've got the GPS on, so I don't have to steer, which is brilliant because I'm tired and it's a Sunday. We're rolling the grass behind, well, on all around, to push any stones into the ground so that when we come over with the mowers, they don't hit the stones and it doesn't damage them. And then when we obviously shake the grass out to let it dry out and then rake it back up again, we don't end up with stones in the bales, because if we get stones in the bales it can damage the machinery that feed it to the livestock. And but the biggest problem really is the stones hitting the mowers and damaging the blades. Like if when you cut your lawn, if you hit a stone with a lawnmower, it can often pick it up and throw it through your conservatory, which I know happened to someone once on the day of the daughter's wedding, so it wasn't good. I'm going to put a time lapse on in a second to show you the rollers folding and unfolding. They're 12 metres wide, so at the moment we're doing about 8 kilometres an hour, which is a bit quick for rolling grass. And normally you'd use a flat one, but we only have a small flat one and I've got so much to get through. I'm just using these big wide ones, what we call Cambridge rollers, because they were invented in Cambridge. They've got loads of little ridges in them, but they should push all the big stones in. So if we're doing 8 kilometres an hour and they're 12 metres wide, if someone wants to do the maths, you'll probably find that we're doing quite a lot of hectares an hour if a hectare is 10,000 square metres. I wanted to do them after some rain so that it pushed the stones in and make the ground softer. Unfortunately, we've only had about 1 mil of rain in the last 24 hours, so it's probably not enough to make any kind of difference in the ground being soft. So I'll put the video on now with the time lapse of them folding. So that's the rollers folding and unfolding. They have to fold to under 2.5 metres to fit down the road, otherwise we can't move them around. So we had about 1 mil of rain, like I said yesterday. That equates to exactly 10 tonnes of water per hectare, which is incredible really when you think you could hardly even see it, but it actually weighed 10 tonnes. It just shows you how heavy clouds can actually be sometimes and why they do fall as rain. I've mentioned rain quite a few times, so there's going to be lots of R's in this one today. Once we've rolled it, hopefully this week, we'll put a bit of fertiliser on it and that should make it grow a bit quicker. And we should be able to cut it when we've got some nice weather in June. Maybe if you were growing it for livestock and cows and you're in like a dairy production, you'd probably be mowing it a few times a year. We only do it really for hay, which is a lot drier than silage. So we want it to be really dry so that we can bale it rather than put it in a big what you call a silage clamp, or wrap it in plastic and let it ferment. So because of that, we'll probably only cut it once and sometimes twice a year, but it'll be quite long when we do cut it. Most of it will probably be eaten by local horses as well. So I'll just show you quickly around the rollers. This unit on the top is what we use for sowing seeds with them. So the seed goes in the hopper here, comes out this fan, drops down, the fan blows it down these tubes here, all the way along to these outlets. So we use it for sowing cover crops, slug pellets and oilseed rape and small seeds like that. When the machine folds up, it uses these huge hydraulic rams which pump oil to push the rod out and make it fold, and then these other rams here do the same and make the ends twist in and out, and then that's all driven from the power of the tractor. Hydraulics with these pipes here, so the tractor has lots of fittings on the back to do all sorts of different hydraulic sort of things, and I just use the buttons in the cab. So one day that button in the cab might tip a trailer, the next day it might be folding the rollers, depending on how it's plugged in. The rollers weigh about 8.5 tonne, which is pretty heavy because they're made of steel, but when you think that 1 millimetre of rain that fell on this field yesterday was equivalent to 10 tonnes per hectare, it just shows you how heavy rain actually is. I don't know whether anyone's noticed, but I've shot everything in landscape today rather than portrait. I thought it might be best for viewing on YouTube. So if anyone thinks it is, let me know. If anyone wants it back the other way around, let me know about that as well. Bye for today.